creating a winning strategy can be hard. Most traders spend weeks, sometimes months, testing ideas before they find something that actually works. Last week, I passed 2 prop firm challenges with a strategy that didn't even exist a week earlier. Not once, twice. And today I'm going to show you the exact strategy that helped me pass those challenges. I backtested it, optimized it, and immediately put it to work. But the real story isn't just the strategy, it's how I discovered it. It's simple to use, but incredibly powerful. And the most important part is this. The results actually matched TradingView. Before, I would create strategies with AI tools, copy the code into TradingView, and the results were completely different. So I'd get excited and then instantly disappointed.
But now,
when I paste the strategy into TradingView, the performance is almost identical to what the research tool shows. Which means the AI didn't just write a strategy. It actually found one that works. And once you have a strategy like that, you can start refining it further to pass prop firm challenges, or even use it for live trading. So let me show you how our engine works. You will need a Claude account that you can use with Claude Desktop. I would recommend at least a Pro account. Now we will need to install Git before we install Claude Desktop. Git is used by Claude to manage code. The link is in the description for Git for Windows or Mac. Install it on your machine and follow the prompts. Now we will install Claude Desktop. Our engine will run inside of Claude Desktop. Choose your OS and then follow the prompts to install it. You will want to unzip and extract the Quant Engine on your desktop or anywhere else. Then open Claude Desktop and sign in. Once you have signed in, go to Code tab at the top. Now you want to make sure that you have local selected as your source. Then we will go ahead and choose the Quant Engine folder from the button on the bottom left. So before we create a strategy, let's decide what instrument we will use. For this example, we will use NQ. The first thing we will do is download the NQ data from TradingView. First, start off by zooming out of your chart. Once you have zoomed out, you will want to go to the beginning of the dataset by using your mouse or Control and left arrow on the keyboard. Now we will go to the Layout menu and choose the option to download chart data. Download and save in your Quant Engine data folder. We have saved the data for the last 25 days for 1 minute NQ. Now I will show you how you can get previous month's 1-minute data by using the bar replay. Click bar replay, then put the cursor where you would like the current bar to be. This will actually load additional historical bars before that bar. By going to the beginning of the history, it will load all of the data into TradingView so that you can download chart data, just like we did before. This time we will save the file with the same name, except we will add part 2 to the end of the file name. If you're consistent with your naming, then AI won't get confused which file to use. Now I will download one more historical data file for NQ. That brings our total to 3 files of data on the minute, from Jan to Jan, Jan to February, and February to March. Once you are done, you can turn off the bar replay. Now we are ready to go back into Claude Code. I will start with a prompt that I have already created. Some basic default criteria is already added to Claude instructions, but you can give it more specifics. Here the main thing that I am asking for is a future strategy that has a 4-to-1 P&L to drawdown ratio. Claude will start working with the engine to analyze the data, read the files and instructions and process, review the indicators and all of the code that is shipped with the engine. Periodically, you will see Claude ask for permissions to read and write files in the Quant Engine folders. If these pop up, you will just need to give it permissions to do so. Depending on what you ask for, it may take 10 minutes or hours, while it tries various indicators and various settings. It looks like it is almost done. I have sped up and paused some of the processes, but this took about 45 minutes. Claude Code has come up with some really good numbers from its Python backtesting, and now it has delivered the Pine script. It delivered the file in the results folder called nqshort.osc.pine. Now I will go ahead and navigate to the results folder and open the Pine script. I will copy this using Ctrl-A to select all, then Ctrl-C to copy to my clipboard. Then, I will open TradingView. In TradingView, we will go to the Pine editor and paste in the strategy, and click Ctrl-S to save it. This will show a dialog of what you would like to name the strategy. You can always change this later. It looks like Claude had a syntax error in the code that TradingView doesn't like. That's not a problem. Just take a screenshot of the error and give it back to Claude to fix. Claude will fix the error and update the file for you. Now, just paste the new code back into the Pine editor to resolve the error. Click the button Add to Chart in the Pine editor to add the new strategy into your TradingView chart. It looks like there is no data, and I'm guessing it is because of the capital requirements like one contract versus the default Claude put in of 43%. Now I have results and we can review them. For the results, the first thing we will want to do is ensure that we are using the same time frame that Claude used when performing his backtest in Python. For the strategy development, Claude used January 4th to February 13th. I will go ahead in TradingView and enter in a custom range and choose January 4th as the start and February 13th as the end date. Now we can take a look at the results. At first glance, this looks amazing. 24K P&L with a 3.5K drawdown is better than I expected. Now I'll compare this with what Claude showed in his backtesting, and I can see there is some differences. I think in Python, Claude used capital requirements rather than one contract, which could account for the differences in the net P&L and drawdown. The number of trades is reasonably close, but the win rate is very different. And the profit factor is close. Let's ask Claude about the differences. We will just take a screenshot of the results we see in TradingView and ask Claude to investigate. Always try to use Claude to figure out what is going on. Basically, what Claude is saying is that Claude used a percentage of equity for the P&L and drawdown rather than one contract, and therefore the numbers look different. Claude is also saying that the win rate differs because of small exits that Python considered as wins, but TradingView considered as losses. Let's go back to TradingView and look at the strategy report to ensure that things appear to be correct. The small losses I see could go either way due to timing or slippage. That accounts for the win rate differences. I purposefully showed this example, where there can be differences, but they can be reasoned out. Not all strategies that it creates will have differences, some will be fairly close from the beginning. Now, with the strategy created in the past month, we are going to walk forward the strategy to a month that it has never seen before, which is the current range from chart. This should tell us if the strategy is a valid strategy and should be worth further refinement. In the current month, it looks like the strategy is performing positively. Keep in mind that the strategy has never seen this data. The issue that I see is that there is one trade here that accounts for the entire drawdown of 15K. Looking at that trade, it looks like that trade opened up almost 5 days beforehand. With CME maintenance window and my closing logic, that trade would never have had the chance to go so deep into a drawdown like that. That also accounts for the fewer trades in the current months, where 5 days of trading are missing. These types of issues can be fixed. You can take the list of trades and download them into the data folder and tell Claude the issue that you see and how to fix it. I'm basically telling Claude about the CME maintenance window and daily closes. I am also suggesting there should be some of SL with trailing. Claude should go ahead and fix the issues and update the Pine script for me to apply back to the chart. I have created a new script so that I can also keep the previous one. The high drawdown issue is fixed, and the number of trades is close to what I expected. This is a great start to a strategy. However, keep in mind that while I am getting good results with the strategy, it is still not quite ready for production. From here, I will test additional date ranges in TradingView, and I will also test various parameter sweeps. I will also add some of the favorite strategy settings to it that I use in my other strategies like ATM settings, day filters, session hour filters, and additional momentum filters. The Quant Engine helps you find winning combinations of indicators and parameters to give you edge in the market with tested and validated results. From here, you need to harden your strategy and get it ready for production.